Given the hostile climate facing immigrants, one might have expected immigrants to adopt survival strategies that would allow them to remain hidden and under the radar. However, rather than hunker down and turn in on themselves, many immigrants have asserted their right to have normal, visible and equal lives. They have engaged in demonstrations, occupations and hunger strikes. While the general evolution has been in the direction of greater restrictions, some mobilizations have successfully swum against the tide and achieved important wins. How to make sense of these seemingly irreconcilable developments? In our book, Walter Nicholls and I argue for a relational approach that examines how and why the networks constituting movements develop by tracing where they develop. That means we use a geographical perspective to answer questions that have so far mostly occupied sociologists. The argument we develop in the book is that changes in national immigration politics can be better understood if we descend to the urban grassroots. Rather than viewing social movements as actors on a national stage, we view them as complex assemblages emerging from local interactions. We therefore analyze movements from the bottom up, starting our inquiry in the cities where stigmatized groups live. We research under what conditions these groups shed their stigma and transform fear and anxiety into outrage and hope. Using archives, interviews and network analysis, we find that in the countries we research, the United States, France, the Netherlands, certain cities and certain neighborhoods within those cities are privileged loci for activists. The people within these places drive national and international campaigns. Finding out how these place-based relations develop or don't develop can therefore teach us much about how social movements evolve. This is what I saw, for instance, in the case of Amsterdam in the 1980s. The city's 19th century neighborhoods at the time provided a rich tapestry of movements, mobilizing around housing, feminism, the environment and anti-fascism. Some of the most central immigrant activists had been in the Netherlands for a very brief period of time, but their embeddedness in these neighborhoods and in these networks enabled them to undertake high-profile activism, like highly mediatized collective hunger strikes. Obviously, there are many factors accounting for the prevalence and success of such activism. But our argument is that we can better understand national and international mobilizations by attending to their local roots.